Welcome students. In this lecture we're gonna see the simulation of three-phase half-wave rectifier, then three-pulse half-wave full control rectifier with R and RL load. Okay. So before that, this is a circuit diagram of your three-phase half-wave rectifier, that is uncontrolled rectifier. So for that we need three diodes and resistive load and then three-phase supply. Okay. So here instead of three-phase supply, in the simulation I have used three single phase. So 1, 2 and then 3. Three single phase supply, then three diodes, and we have resistive load. So if you are going for a three phase supply, or else instead of three phase supply, if you are using three single phase supply, you need to update one thing, that is the phase for R will be 0. Okay, and the phase for Y will be 120 degree. Okay, and then the phase for B or YB, this is 240 degree. You can use minus 120 minus 240. Here I have used plus 120 and plus 240. Okay, this is one thing. And next thing is our load. Here I am using plus our 100 ohm as usual. Okay. Now we can run our simulation and see the graph. So just a minute, it will run. So it will run. So here we gonna see our output waveform. So since the system is quite slow, timing was taking the much timing to just display the output. Okay. Oh, sorry for the delay, guys. So I will run the simulation again. Okay. So sorry for the interruption or delay. So this is our input AC voltage. So this is our three phase input AC voltage. So R phase, Y phase, sorry, R, B and Y. Okay. So next one is your output DC voltage and this is your output DC current. So if you just expand the waveform to single cycle, that is 0.02. Okay. So single cycle means you can zoom it to till this point 2 until this point for single cycle. Now you can see at this point, from this point to this point, so phase R phase is conducting, and from this point to this point your B phase is conducting, and then from this point to again this point your third phase is conducting. Okay, so this is the working of your normal three phase uncontrolled rectifier. Since we are using R load, both voltage and current both are in phase. Okay, so this is normal three phase half wave rectifier. So if I want to change this to controlled rectifier, what I have to do? I have to just replace the diodes by thyristor. That's all. So for that, I have already done the simulation. So this is the circuit diagram or simulation file of your three phase, three pulse, half wave, full control converter with R load. So same thing, but here only changes is in your pulse generator. For the first pulse, we are giving the phase layers 30 plus A into 0.02 by 360. 0.02 is for the conversion of seconds. That's why we are dividing the same by 360 degree. Here we will always start our angle in terms of 30. That's why I'm just instead of giving A, I'm giving 30 plus A. Okay. So in the theory we already studied, right? So for the waveform, we always start with the 30 degree. That is for alpha is equal to 0, we will choose the angle omega ds at 30. So that's why I have given omega d is equal to pulse generator. So in the pulse generator I have given 30 plus A for this one, and next one, in the next pulse generator you have to add 120 dB. Okay, because here 3 pulse, so 60 divided by 3, which is equal to 120. For each pulse you have interval of 120 dB. So for this one 150, and for this one it will be 270. Okay, so this is a firing pulse. If you any or done any mistake in this firing angle, there will be a major mismatch in your output. So this is the one thing. Now we can give the firing angle. So first I will give the firing angle as A is equal to 0. Okay, so that it will act as a normal three-phase half-wave rectifier, uncontrolled rectifier. You can see the output. Just auto scale. So it is similar to your normal three-phase uncontrolled, because see from this point it start conducting, and after this point another phase is connected. Okay, now we will give the firing angle A as 30. Okay, so now we can see the so this is a waveform when firing angle is 0. Okay, now I am running the simulation. This is the output for your firing angle is equal to 30 degree. So you can see, if you just draw a straight line here, started from this point, so it is conducted for this area. So just to draw a straight line here, you can just measure. So you don't have any scale or to show the straight line for the firing angle. Instead of that, I can do this one. Okay, sorry. So you can see started conduction at this point. Okay, so that's why I'm using this scientific calculator to show the straight line and to show the firing angle. Okay, at this point it is so if you see the firing angle of 0, it will conduct till this point and it will start conducting to another point. Okay, but now it's conducting this till this point. Now we can change the firing angle to 60 degree. So A is equal to 60 degree. Okay. We will run the simulation again and see the difference in the output. So now we can see the difference. So same calculator we can use to just how the firing angle changes. So now you can see firing angle. So 30 plus 60, which will be equal to 90 degree. Okay. It was cut at 90 at this point. So now we can see the difference. At 30 it was here, at 60 it was here. So this is the output. And now again, sorry, we will go for the firing angle A is equal to 90. Now it moved to 120 degree. Okay, so you can see the graph, how the voltage is getting lower. So if you see the graph, so it is starting triggered at this point. Okay, sorry for showing this calculator to see the difference in the firing angle. So now we can move for RL load. And one thing you can see here, if the firing angle is 60, 90, the output voltage is discontinuous for R load. Okay, here the load is R. For resistive load, the firing angle becomes discontinuous for 60 and 90. You can see the output. This is for 90, and if I go A is equal to 30, the output will be continuous. You can see the same. Okay, so for A is equal to 30, alpha firing angle is equal to 30, the output voltage is continuous for R load. If we change the load to RL, okay, so I'm doing this for one inductor. So now I'm running the same. So now we can see the output. Okay, this is continuous, and you can see the voltage is still 0, and you can see the change in the output current. Okay, and you can see the changes in the firing angle. This is for inductor. So you can see the firing angle triggering point. So this is the triggering point for alpha is equal to that. So now we can change the value of alpha as 60. Okay, So now the inductor will be continuous, the output will be continuous, but it moved to negative. Okay, so the same thing, it is continuous, but having some output voltage in the negative area. So see the firing pulse here. So that giving the firing pulse is 60. So 30 plus 60 is equal to 90. So it is triggered at 90. So you can see till this point it is conducting. Okay. After that it again moved to negative to this point. Okay. So this is the difference between R load and RL load. For R load, after the firing angle becomes more than 30, it will become discontinuous. For RL load, it will be continuous, and we can control the voltage in negative area also. So this is a simulation of your T-pulse full control converter with R load and RL load. Okay, just try the same on your own. The main thing was got to give the phase PD for R phase, Y phase, B phase. If you want, you can use directly. You can use three-phase voltage source. Since while teaching, I have uses three different source here. Okay, that's why I have used the same for here. So if you want to use three voltage source, you can take that from fundamental block, electrical sources. So in electrical sources, we have three-phase source. Okay, so you can control I. In the three-phase, we have RMS voltage and phase angle and frequency. So here you have to give the frequency as 50, phase to phase RMS as 230. Okay, this is the thing you have to do. Nothing more or nothing less. Okay. Try on your own, and if you have any query, just let me know. Thank you guys.